I'm going to do this till I get it right. I'd like to welcome you all tonight to our Thursday, February 6th, 2025 board meeting. Chrissy, would you call the meeting to order? Chrissy, will you call the roll, please?
Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Kunkel?
Here.
Trustee Bancole? Here. Trustee Priegi?
Here.
Trustee Albeck?
Here.
And Trustee Gutierrez? Here.
We have a full house. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. A motion to accept the agenda?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Priegi?
Yes.
Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
And Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I have proclamation for Black History Month, and we have a couple folks here to present it to, if you'd like to come up.
Bernadette Hicks and Antoinette Hobbs. Come on up, ladies.
Come on up.
They're from ABC Toontown Childcare. Is that mic on?
Hello.
So I'll read this proclamation. Whereas the month of
Go ahead.
It's like Walter Winchell. They lower her down and she appears. Keeps the mayor out of trouble. Whereas the month of February has been designated as Black History Month, a time to recognize and honor the significant contributions and achievements of Black Americans throughout the history of our nation. Whereas the theme for Black History Month in 2025, continuing the legacy, honoring the past, and shaping the future, serves as a reminder of the ongoing journey toward equity, justice, and opportunity for all, while celebrating the resilience, ingenuity, and excellence of the Black community. And whereas Black history, American history, Black history is American history, deeply interwoven into the fabric of our nation, where trailblazers like Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and countless others whose courage and determination have advanced civil rights, social justice, and democracy. And whereas Black innovators, educators, scientists, artists, entrepreneurs, and leaders continue to make transformative contribution to the fields of science, medicine, education, business, sports, arts, and culture, enriching the lives of all Americans. And whereas we acknowledge the enduring challenges of systemic racism and inequities that Black Americans face, and we reaffirm our commitment to dismantling those barriers to create a more inclusive and equitable society. Whereas Black History Month provides an opportunity to educate ourselves and future generations about the richness of the Black culture and struggles and triumphs that have shaped our shared history, inspiring us to work together and build a brighter and more just future. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, Mayor of the Village of Hanover Park, Illinois, do hereby proclaim February 2025 to be Black History Month in the Village of Hanover Park. What do you think? Congratulations. Here you go. Congratulations. We'll get a photo together. Whoop, whoop. Now ask her if she put Kodachrome in her camera. I'm just teasing. Please meet the board. I got it. Do I have another one? Huh?
It's a presentation.
So, tonight I also have a presentation of the Suburban Branch APWA 2025 Public Works Project of the Year Awards. Do we have that award somewhere?
We got a plaque, and then we managed to walk off and leave it at the office.
Oh.
So,
You have a plaque.
we'll do it till we get it right.
Always.
Yes, we got a plaque.
That's my
Mayor,
law.
grab the
Thank
microphone.
you, gentlemen.
You want to
Let's
explain
get
what
it.
the awards for?
Can you grab the microphone? Thank you.
So the award is for our Springenskooth and Fox project. It was a stream restoration project jointly with Schaumburg with funds from IEPA and MWRD and DCEO. This project has been in the works for 10 years, something like that. It took lots of coordination between all of the entities and turned out really well. There's stream corridor restoration and reduction in flooding likelihood for many homes and beautification of a lot of areas as well along the stream corridor.
Well said. And I do appreciation your work, your diligence to pull that together.
Thank you.
We'll get a photo. Thank you.
Thank you guys for all your hard work. It was great. Thank you.
Next, we have a special presentation at the request of trustee Herb Porter to Barry. Come on up, Barry Kurtz. I'll let you have the
Thank you.
honor.
Thank you. As many of you know, it was in the Daily Herald that recognized the Village of Hanover Park for our internship program. It highlighted the contributions and the involvement of our fire department, but also of our human resources department. I was recently able to attend a breakfast at Elgin Community College that was attended by about 120 people, I think, that they said were there, representatives from the educational community, from the business community, and from our students. They presented this award. I was surprised. I was thinking to myself, Barry needs to be here to get this thing. Why am I going up to get this award? So I know that to me it was important that while we have an audience here, that we recognize your involvement. As I mentioned, the fire department also received a similar plaque, but Barry, on behalf of the Alignment for Education and U46, District 301 and District 300, we thank you so much for your involvement in the internship program. The young intern just had wonderful things to say as I talked to her afterwards about the learning experience that she had in working with us. So on behalf of Alignment for Collaborative Cooperation, Alignment for Collaborative Education, I'd like to present you with this certificate of appreciation.
Thank you
Very
so much.
good.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, appreciate it.
Shake hands with the board. We're going to get a photo.
Thanks, Mary.
Very good.
Hey, Mayor, congratulations.
Yeah, I figured it out. All righty. Town hall session, anyone for town hall?
I don't have anybody currently signed in. Is anybody here to speak at town hall?
Okay, well, very good. Village president report, so much on the, no, that's not that. That's something else.
Yeah, no.
If I look at my calendar and I go back, you know, my trips to, downstate to, the swearing in of our legislators, I was down there for that, meeting some of the folks. I had an interesting, opportunity taking photos with, 3 of our legislators there and their families. And then, LaShawn Ford came up with his family, and his cousin and her 7-year-old son were coming up the aisle, and the next thing I knew, the 7-year-old son puts his hands up in the air, "My mayor, my mayor." So I love telling that story because he goes to Greenbrook School, and I read to his 2nd grade class, and it was an experience he remembered. And I shared that with the, yesterday, visiting Greenbrook School, presenting with the principal recognition, and it was at 3 o'clock, school was out, so all the teachers were in that room. Troy joined me and got to witness the appreciation of those teachers and their student having an opportunity to understand a little bit of government and how it's important, how important it is that our police and fire routinely walk through the schools in a positive reflection. And I always tell them, say hi when you see them. They're there to understand the school, the makeup of the school, that make sure all our children are safe. We've been doing that going back 3 police chiefs. Have I gone through 3? Maybe more. 4. So it was an initiative we started way back when, and we stuck to it, and it's appreciated by each of the school districts. So, yeah, that was a nice experience, unexpected. It was obviously the representatives' time for recognition, and next thing you know, the mayor gets attention to everybody. So unexpected, but it was nice. It was nice to be thought that way. I've been to Washington, D.C. prior to the swearing in of the president, the inauguration. Met with senator staff while I was out there. Met with the mayor of the city of Chicago, who was out there. He is adamant about receiving the full local government distributive fund. So he's fighting with the governor on that front. I think we'd all like to see that happen, but we're trying to work that effectively over time. So it's nice to represent the municipality with the mayors, with the state representatives. We have 4 senators and 4 representatives that touch Hanover Park, and I make sure they know who we are and reflect upon the goodwill of our village. So got a lot of other things going on, veterans initiatives, transit initiatives, being on the Metro Board, going to meet with some of the lobbyists supporting I think it's the same bill that's been out there, and I know Labor has another opportunity to present a bill, so we'll see how that goes. And what else can I say? We started our comprehensive plan tonight. That should be very interesting. I'd like to suggest that staff, they're talking about regular updates. Maybe we can put that QR code on the back of the highlighter so people see it, they can click on it. Keep everyone engaged. With that, I'd like to move by omnibus vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. We have items A1 through
7A12.
7A12 on consent. Oops. And we take, Christie, the roll?
Trustee hold on, sorry. Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Oh,
They don't have to stay.
so those of you that came for those special, if you want to leave, you know, this
You can, you
this
don't have to stay.
skullduggery time. So,
Or they can
or you can
You can
enjoy
stay and hang
the
out with us, but it's up to
skullduggery.
you.
Okay, 7A13, motion to waive competitive bidding and approve a blanket purchase order to Ray O'Haron, Inc. in the amount of $47,900 for the purchase of police department uniforms and authorize the village manager to execute the necessary documents.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
And Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Thank you. 7A14, move to approve warrant 116, 2025 in the amount of $3,262,197.97.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Thank you. 7A16, move to approve the December 2024,
15. 70.
pardon me? 7A16,
15.
oh, 7A. 7A15, move to approve warrant paid in advance through 12/14/2024 through 1/9/2025 in the amount of $1,114,730.44.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll, please.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
And Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Thank you. 7A16, move to approve the December 2024 P cards in the amount of $30,432.91.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
And Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Thank you. Juliana, Chris, village manager's report? No report. Village clerk's report, Christie?
Just a few things. Got to attend the DuPage County Clerks meeting last night, and we heard from Choose DuPage, and President Greg was there speaking on their behalf, and it was a really great presentation just to hear how great DuPage is doing and everything that's going on with them. And just save the date for April 5th, our doggy extravaganza from 2 to 3. Come visit all the puppies. And that is all.
April 8th?
5th. April 5th. I said that
April
right?
5th.
Sorry.
And what time is it?
2 to 3.
And where?
In Ontarioville, downtown, right by the animal hospital.
A 1 hour?
It's 1 hour. That's all it
Doggy
takes.
extravaganza?
Yep.
That's for little dogs, and then an hour later it's for big dogs?
No, they're at the same time, they're in two different sections.
That'd be second.
I'm pulling her chain here.
We did maybe do that one year. I don't remember.
Where the heck are we? Corporation Council report?
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Village trustee reports. Trustee Porter.
Thank you, Mayor. As already noted, I did attend the breakfast for the Alignment for Collaborative Education, and as previously noted, presented the award to Human Resource Director Barry Kurz for outstanding involvement with our internship program. They're looking to expand the internship program. I'd like to, and I'll have some informal discussions. I won't throw this on him at a public meeting, but I'll have some discussion with other department heads about possibility becoming involved in other internship activities. But yeah, it's not appropriate to do that and put them on the spot right now. We have in our Black History Month program on February 15th. I'm pleased to report that it's nearly sold out. We're very happy about that. We were looking to sell 10 tables, and it looks like we're going to exceed that and maybe get up to 12 tables, which means 96 people will be attending when we were looking at 80. So we're very happy about that. I do want to announce that we have reserved a table for village board members. I just need to know if you're planning to come so that we can hold the seat. So if any of the village board members or any of the members of the administration would like to attend, if you could let me know no later than Monday of next week, as we have to give a final count so that we can let our caterer know how to plan in terms of meals. We will be serving a buffet breakfast provided by Brianna's. We're looking forward to that. The location for the event is 1190 Lake Street at My Celebration Party Room. It's just behind Caputo's. We'll have balloons and other markers up to help people find the location as they come out. And just want to mention that we have two excellent speakers. We have the dynamic Pastor Robbie Robinson of Christian Tabernacle Church of Roselle, a fantastic young pastor who we're really excited of hearing from. And then we also have DuPage County Circuit Court Judge Chantel Porter, who will also be speaking at this event. Music is going to be provided by the renowned artist Brian Danzy, and we will be recognizing the DuPage County NAACP for outstanding community service. So we're looking for a great event. All are encouraged to come. And if there's anyone listening or who may pick this up on YouTube and may say, gee, I'd love to come, because tickets were $150 for a table and $20 for an individual seat. If you can give a call, I'm sorry, I should have had this out. Give a call and indicate your desire to attend the event. If you could give a call at 630-823-5504 and just say, I'd love to come, but, you know, for whatever reason, I can't afford the $20 for a seat. We've had some generous sponsors, and as a result of the generous sponsorship, we do have some seats that are available for those who aren't able to afford the ticket. We don't want anyone to miss it because, you know, times are tight. Everyone's, you know, watching every dollar, and if you'd like to attend the event, we don't want money to be the issue that stops you from attending. So, you know, we're putting that together, but we do need for you to give us a call as quickly as possible. As I mentioned, we need to give a final count by Monday, and so that is the 10th, I believe. It's February 10th. If you can call that number that I've given you and let us know, or you can email us at sistercities@hpil.org. Send an email and notify us of your desire to attend, and we will make sure we provide some accommodation for you. It's going to be a great event, and we're very proud to represent our community in this way. Now more than ever, it's important that we celebrate Black history. Now that there are efforts in federal government to demand that certain departments in the Defense Department not only to dismiss Black History Month, but also Spanish American Heritage Month, LGBT Acknowledgement Month. You know, all of these months and these special occasions are under attack. And I think it's our role as municipalities, because a lot of this movement starts from the local level and it moves up. And so it's important for us to take a stand for these important parts of our community. Martin Luther King Day, Black History Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, and on and on. So anyway, before I get on my soapbox, if you could just send an email to sistercities@hpil.org or give us a call at 630-823-5504. That concludes my report.
What was the time of the event?
I'm sorry, the time of the event is from 9 until 12.
Thank you.
And I'll be there, Herb,
Okay. With your proclamation.
with my proclamation.
Okay.
And your concerns are ingrained in the community of Hanover Park. And so let no one get in the way of our quality that we've demonstrated.
Thank you.
Okay, Trustee Kunkel.
Yes, last Friday I was at the downtown at the Lunar New Year's event that they had downtown. It was pretty wild. The line dancers were everywhere, so they're always looking everywhere, watching them jumping around. Veterans Committee, we're making our final touches on the Memorial Day event. The Schaumburg Airport Board, we got canceled again this month till next month. And the SOC got canceled until later this month, the last week of February. The POC, they could still use a lot of coats, gloves, hats, and scarves, non-perishable foods. That is a nonprofit in town, it's on Ontarioville. So anything that you can contribute to there, they would greatly appreciate.
Can you share the list?
Pardon?
Never mind, I want the list.
Okay, you can get it from Lisa. Trustee Gutierrez.
I'm sure she'll speak to it.
She'll give you a bigger list than I gave you. Flu, cold, and RSV and norovirus are very high in Illinois right now. Just be a word of caution for that. However, the RSV vaccines by GSK and Pfizer have a warning on them about the Guillain-Barré syndrome. They're finding a lot of kids that took the RSV vaccination are coming down with Guillain-Barré syndrome. So that's just a warning to everybody, and there's a warning on the insert that's mandated by the FDA. And let's see, the 14th is Valentine's Day, 15th is Black History Month, 17th is President's Day, then you got Mardi Gras on the 4th of March, Lent on the 5th of March, and also February is Heart Month. That's all my report.
Thank you very much. Trustee Bancole? Yes.
Trustee Banco's gonna let me, there was one item that I forgot.
Oh,
I just want to announce that the Lake Park Lancerettes from Lake Park High School won the state championship for dance competition. And we talked about all of the schools that are attended from our Hanover Park students. And I thought that was an accomplishment that's worthy of noting. And I would like to see if we can arrange to have a representative of that dance team come so we can recognize their achievement here at the Village Board. As we talk about building community, I'd like to invite representatives from the Lake Park Lancerettes to come to Hanover Park and be recognized for their amazing accomplishment.
please do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yasmin, trustee Yasmin?
Yes, thank you. So since we last met, I was able to attend the DuPage County Martin Luther King breakfast, and it was a very special breakfast because the keynote speaker was Attorney Fred Gray, And Attorney Fred Gray was the personal attorney of Rosa Parks and of Martin Luther King. He is 94 years old. He's still giving speeches. His mind is as sharp as a tack. He still remembers everything. And it was, I very briefly got to meet him, and it was just an incredible event. And I was just really moved by his life's work. So that was a great event. We had our awards dinner a couple weeks ago. I was out sick. But I do know that I wanted to give a special shout out to Orale Mexican Grill that won our Business of the Year award. Orale is quickly becoming one of my favorite restaurants in town, and they're only a little over a year old, and so they're doing great things. And so I wanted to give them that special shout out.
And your favorite restaurant is?
I think it's Orale.
Oh, O'Reilly?
Orale.
Orland.
Okay.
Orale.
Oh, Lord. Orale. Thank you.
It's becoming mine too.
You know, they've never corrected me. I've said it like that.
Carlos is so
1,000
nice. He'll never
Anyways,
correct you.
continue to meet with the DuPage mayors and managers. The focus of our last meeting was on pension reform and also combining communication efforts with the other COGS, councils of government in the area, so that we are not working in silos when we make our requests to our legislators in Springfield. The Environmental Committee was able to meet. We are still several members strong, and we were able to talk about updates for our apiary event that's coming up in a few months. The fact that we're taking on, and I've said this before, taking on the Arbor Day event from the clerk's office, and then tentatively resurrecting the river sweep of the west branch of the DuPage County River, and trying to do it in courtesan with the Conservation Foundation. They officially kick off, I guess, river sweep season on April 19th, and they list all the different municipalities that are taking part in this activity throughout DuPage. And so we're trying to become an official partner and also bring back that activity and hopefully have our CIDC committee be able to join us. Last week, I was able to, maybe a little, this event was outside of Hanover Park, but still important. So January was Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and it's a difficult topic to talk about, but it's something that unfortunately happens in every state. And so myself, our former Lieutenant Governor, Evelyn Sanguinetti, our current DuPage County State's Attorney, Bob Berlin, and also our Cook County Sheriff, Tom Dart, we all participated in an educational panel. I am not an expert. I just gave the welcome. But we were able to hear from experts and also a nonprofit organization called Naomi's Home that is doing work to help survivors. And we also had collected resources that are used by nonprofits that assist those survivors, and we had a full house. I was shocked at how many people showed up on a Friday night, and we had so many resources that the nonprofit was so overwhelmed. And so I know it was shared amongst the board to get people out there, so thank you so much. And special thank you to the mayor, who was also able to support that event, and also our current community leader, but hopefully future trustee, Jennifer Broccolino, who was also able to attend as well. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It certainly was a valuable, opportunity with the former Lieutenant Governor. Trustee Briggy?
Yes, the Lions Club is looking for more members. They have a meeting the third Thursday of every month, and it's at Denny's. If anybody wants to get information, just come to the meeting there and we can get you going. Okay? Other than that, that's it.
Very good. All righty. Trustee Albeck?
Yes, sir. I'd like to utilize the soapbox so graciously warmed up by my fellow trustee, Herb Porter, and join in on my dismay at the attack on months like Black History Month and the rest that he listed. In addition, unfortunately, I'd like to add on that also, in addition to those things being attacked, some of the things that the mayor and I have worked on are also in a bad condition as a result of similar attacks. The mayor and I met with Senator Duckworth from Illinois about pressing forward with the Veterans Initiative. In pursuit of that, there was a staffer who was going to provide us with the ability to apply for congressional discretionary spending. Before we could even get the application submitted, we were told that congressional discretionary spending is on hold. And so that also means that the primary funding source for our Veterans Initiative is also on hold. Stand By Me Heroes and Military Outreach USA are roadblocked by that congressional discretionary spending hold and cannot move forward with the project. I would like to encourage, from this very low local government position, everyone to consider making America follow the Constitution again. The state works in contravention of Section 23. The federal government completely ignores Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8. And I would go back to a founding father named James Otis Jr., who said legislature derives its power and authority from the Constitution and cannot overleap the bounds of it without destroying its own foundation. I cannot stress enough my dismay and disappointment at government ceasing to function in positive ways to promote cohesion and harmony. I have tried to be very positive from this chair and supportive of this community, but I have some grave concerns about this situation going forward. Not just for the attacks on diversity, but letting down veterans. The military has been struggling against recruiting difficulties for the past several years to betray the trust of people who have served, like myself. I mean, I only served for 40 years and only went to 7 wars. But to be let down in this particular way and to have veterans' compensation for wounds in combat reconsidered as a project for the Veterans Administration to undertake, to reconsider concurrent receipt that allows for disability compensation and retirement for this very small number of soldiers who can both be wounded and continue to serve and then retire, to not be able to receive that retirement or disability. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. We can feel the passion, Trustee Albeck. Trustee Gutierrez?
That's going to be really hard to follow. So, but I think that Trustee Albeck said what most of us here, if not all of us, are feeling these days, and so thank you for that. I've received personally phone calls from our local state representatives asking how are they doing. The they referring to the a large amount of people that live in the United States without documentation. The large amount of people who contribute $7.9 billion in taxes to the state of Illinois alone, of which 97% live out here and drive, 7% of the ones that live out here are driving the economy. And so I just wanted to thank them because they took the time to call to find out how we're doing. We've been hit hard in some areas. Our clients, there's a big show and then they're let go because they are in proceedings, because they entered seeking asylum and they entered legally. And so we continue, and I continue to say what I've said since the start of this administration, that the state of Illinois has a Trust Act and the way forward, and we respect that here in Hanover Park. The federal funding freeze that has affected so many projects, like Troy was saying, is affecting nonprofits that are in place doing the good works that villages can't at times do because of their size, or that our local government can't at times do. So we are in a very dangerous time for our nonprofits here. Speaking of one, the Alive Center here in town can really use volunteers. I volunteered there, which was a lot of fun, to teach kids after school how to sew. It was pretty awesome. You know, they catch on so much faster than my older students, and so they are always looking for volunteers. So if you are interested, please do that. Hanover Township as well is having a job fair on May 24th from 11 to 2 at the township headquarters over on Bartlett. The CIDC will be there at the Black History Month event. We'll have 2 of our reps there. You still can't steal them, they're ours. But they are very excited about that event, especially now more than ever. CIDC is finding that they want to be vocal about our welcoming ordinance and about what we stand for here at America's Global Village. As a matter of fact, August is an anniversary for Hanover Park, and so I started to think, try to use my brain a little bit, and so I've got the Historic Committee, and who has a lot of our history. And it shows how at one time the Filipino community was large here, and the Lithuanian community was so large here, the German community. And so looking at that history and looking at CIDC, in August, we hope to host a small event here so that people can come and see the history of Hanover Park, but also a little bit about our population and just about some interesting facts that we have here in Hanover Park that a lot of people don't know about, but that the history friends of mine all know. So that's going to happen in August. What else? The micro pantry. The micro pantry at POC at 1515 Lake Street was posted in a social post by a local rep, and we've been hit hard. The micro pantry is a little pantry where you can leave canned goods or fresh produce that's good, and people don't have to sign up for anything. You just come and get it. We're not going to ask you questions. We're not going to ask you for an ID. Because that in that same building we have CETA, WIC, and Greater Family. There's 3 nonprofits in there now. Usually when people go to the doctor's office, they step out and maybe they'll find diapers there or whatever. So if anybody wants to drop off, it's Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, the micro pantry. And then finally, back to what Troy was talking about, I think it's important now more than ever that we call our congressmen and women to let them know how we're thinking, especially the cuts that we're seeing. It will affect us as well here in Hanover Park. And so, hearing what Troy was talking about, that I was very excited for this project. I call on the people in Hanover Park to call their elected officials, to call them and let them know how they're feeling, because to be quiet is to be complicit. That's the end. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I add?
I know I already gave my report, but can I just add something, Mayor? Would you allow me?
Absolutely not.
Okay, oh,
No, go ahead.
okay, thank you. I just want to say, I think that Trustee Albuck and Trustee Gutierrez did a really great job of touching on some of the issues that we're seeing at the federal level that have impacted us at the local level. And I think that a lot of us are feeling just really uncertain about the direction of our country, but also uncertain about how the recent actions directly impact us and our bottom dollar. You know, Trustee Albuck talked about retirement, talked about services for veterans. You know, Trustee Gutierrez talked about, you know, immigration services. And so I would like to echo the fact that Trustee Gutierrez said to contact your members of Congress. You know, here in Illinois, you have 2 United States senators and 1 member in the House that represent you. I can say that as someone who works for a member of Congress, we are working so hard to respond to the hundreds and thousands of correspondence that we are receiving. But I would also just encourage you to just tune in via social media or even signing up for a newsletter. I think there's a lot of information coming out of DC, and I just think that some of our representatives don't realize that everyone doesn't listen to C-SPAN, right? And so I think just trying to follow them on social media, sign up for the newsletter will help maybe address some of your concerns about what is taking place in DC, how it impacts your life here in Illinois, and what's coming down the pipeline from our representatives. So would really just like to, I think, uplift Trustee Albuck and Gutierrez and echo their thoughts. Thank you.
Excellent. And I'd like to just share one of our congressional representatives that covers Hanover Township, Ramirez, was with me at Ontarioville School. About a year ago, we took a photo. She has it in her office, blown up. You know, here's what's going on in Hanover Park. I sent her another photo last week. That school is
Congresswoman
Ramirez.
Ramirez, yeah.
So I sent her another photo, and Ontarioville School is down 12% students who are staying home. That speaks for itself. There's a fear out there. So hopefully we can get past that fear. We've got to. We can't continue this. So I haven't heard back from her, but she has Hanover Park in her heart because we welcomed her after she came in office and spent a good hour at the school with me. With that, I have a motion before I shut my agenda down. Good dialogue tonight. Executive session, section 2C1 for personnel. We have a motion.
So moved.
Second,
We have a motion and a second.
we won't be returning.
We will not.
Do I need a roll call or just all in favor? Take the,
No.
Christie, take the roll, whatever.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Priegi?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez? Yes. Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We will not be returning. We have a motion to adjourn.
Who was my?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.